Hey, I'm your host, Jen Wheeler, and this is the Healthy Her podcast. I'm a teacher, author, and foodie who went from being addicted to sugar, skipping meals, and struggling to get in control of my eating, to someone who is 10 kilos down, eats all the yummy foods without restriction, and is finally in control of my hunger. I'm obsessed with helping other health-conscious women ditch the confusion and overwhelm so they can cultivate healthy eating habits and truly thrive. The Healthy Her podcast was created to give you real talk about healthy eating, as well as easy, actionable tips that fit seamlessly into your busy lifestyle. I'm not just your host. Think of me as your healthy eating hype gal, your personal cheerleader as we chat all things healthy eating, weight loss, and mindset mastery, so you can become the healthiest, happiest version of you. So if you're ready to ditch the guilt, reclaim your confidence, and unlock the very best version of you, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Healthy Her podcast. I'm super excited to have you here today and joining me for this episode. I just wanted to remind you that if you haven't already, that you can still register for my free masterclass. The link is down below, and you can also find the link to register on my Instagram as well. In this free masterclass, I will tell you exactly why your weight loss efforts haven't been working, and I will tell you exactly what you need to do instead. As you guys know, I'm all about having these conversations that I wish someone had had with me, and that's why I put together this free masterclass especially for you. So if you want to finally have that aha moment where you can see and hear from me why what you've been doing hasn't been working and what you need to do instead, definitely go and register for that free masterclass. All of the feedback has been amazing, and I've had so many messages from women that are like, wow, why has no one told me this before? I've been doing all of the wrong things. I've been focusing on all the wrong things. So definitely go and register for that free masterclass if you haven't already done so. Okay, in today's episode, I really want to give you a little tool, a little secret tool that I have used to not only help me lose 10 kilos, but to also keep it off as a busy working mum. And I always felt like weight loss and healthy eating and working out and meal planning and meal prepping and being this version of myself that I know I really wanted to be was something that I just couldn't conquer. It just always felt like it was something that was not possible for me. It was out of my reach. I would see other women doing these things that I wanted to do. And I always just felt like it was something that I was just, it's not for me. I tried it multiple times, failed lots of times, tried different programs, tried different diets, and I just felt like conquering my eating and my weight and all of those kind of things was just not for me. I'd kind of just resigned myself to the fact after multiple failed diets, multiple failed attempts, I tried and given it a good crack. I tried multiple times, and I just felt like this is not for me. This is just who I am. I'm never going to change. I'm just not going to master this thing. It's just not for me. And I'm sure that you're listening to that right now and going, wow, that's me, or I've been there, or I can relate, because I feel like so many women have been in that same situation. It just feels so cumbersome and overwhelming. And it just feels like there's all these pieces for it to be successful. And we try and we give it a go. And that's the thing, with the women that I work with and the women that I talk with on social media and all those kind of things and through my DMs and emails and everything, women have really good intentions. I know that you're listening to this podcast and you have really good intentions for yourself. You want to work out, you want to eat better, you want to take better care of yourself, you want to show up as the healthiest, happiest, most vibrant version of yourself. The good intention is there. It's just that we have trouble with the disconnect. So we have trouble with I have these really good intentions for myself, and I can see myself as this higher version of myself, but all these things get in my way and I just can't seem to make it happen. And I just feel like weight loss and healthy eating is just something that I cannot conquer, and that's not the person that I'm supposed to be, and that's not going to happen for me. I'm here to tell you, you can be that person. And it can happen for you, but you need to make a few mindset shifts along the way. So in today's episode, I'm going to give you this one mindset shift that I made. It's a really small shift, but it really changed the way I was looking at going about losing weight, eating healthy, and changing my lifestyle habits for the better. For the longest time, I always felt like I was the victim. Okay. I was the victim in this whole weight loss and healthy eating and workout space. I was the victim. Okay. Everyone else had this magic power. I'd see these people on social media and like friends and or family members, and they were working out and they were eating healthy or they were losing weight. They've just got something that I don't have, like this magic thing that I don't have, because I tried. I failed. I've had multiple attempts. Didn't work. It's obviously like a magic thing that they have that I don't have. Like, I'm always like, I've got kids, so I can't work out the same like that person on social media who's 25. Or my husband's FIFO, so I don't have access. Like, I can't go to the gym when I want. Like, I've got too much on with work and I'm just juggling all of these things. And like, I always viewed myself in these situations as a victim. So I always looked at other people as having something that I didn't have, and that I was the victim to my circumstances, and that I'm stuck and that I couldn't change anything. And this is just the way I am. And if you're listening to this and you can relate to that, there is a really easy change that you can make. Okay. So like I said, I always felt stuck. Like I was the victim, like everyone else had some magical power or some super secret source to their weight loss that they had, that they could just go to the gym or that they could just eat healthy, whereas I was just not able to make this thing happen. I was too tired. I had no motivation. Like, there was always a reason, and it was always that viewpoint that I'm the victim in all of this and that I have no control over what is happening to me. So what I did to change this mindset and to change this mentality is that I started to take radical responsibility for myself, for my choices, for my life, and the things that I was doing every day. So in order to take radical responsibility for yourself, so in order to move from that, well, I'm the victim and I can't do this and nothing works for me and everyone else has got something that I don't have, in order to move from that mindset into an action mindset, I had to take responsibility. I had to sit back and go, well, actually, that's really not the case. And that is just the repeated patterns and thoughts that I'm continually telling myself. And please don't beat yourself up if you're listening to this and this is you, because our brain likes comfortable. So if you have been stuck in this brain pathway, as I was for such a long time, where I was like, I'm the victim, I can't do this, I'm a failure, everyone else has something that I don't have. You've repeatedly told your brain that same message for months, for years, for even possibly decades. And that is the same message that your brain has got when it comes to changing your lifestyle habits, from making a healthy choice, from going to work out. So please don't beat yourself up, because it does take time to change those brain pathways and create new, better ones for ourselves. So that is the first thing I had to do. I had to take radical responsibility for myself. And this is what I did. I started to move from a problem-focused mindset to a solution-focused mindset. Okay, so I'm going to say that again. I have to take responsibility for myself, and I started to move from looking at everything as a problem to everything has a solution. There is a reason that we always see problems as women when it comes to losing weight, meal planning, meal prepping, eating healthy, drinking our water, getting our steps in. There is a reason that we always see problems and not solutions, because we have been taught as young girls, as teenagers, as women, that weight loss is hard. It is hard. It is complicated. It requires fancy things. It requires magic. It requires this secret sauce. Whereas in reality, it actually just requires you to create solutions instead of thinking everything is an unsolvable problem. And that sounds really simple, doesn't it? But in reality, here's the truth. If you can start shifting the way that you look things from, oh, well, this is just a problem and I'm a victim to everything, to that mindset of, okay, this is this problem that I'm coming up against. What's the solution? There is actually a solution to every problem that you are facing. But like I said, we've been trained as women to see problems when it comes to healthy eating and weight loss, because we've been taught that it has to be hard, it's got to be really complicated, or it's got to have this big fancy plan, or, like it's just so unachievable and so unattainable, but, because we see people like failing all over the place. there is a solution to all of it, but it comes down to changing your mindset. So when I'm talking about mindset, I'm talking about shifting and changing the way that you think about these things. That's what it comes to. And like I said, it's all to do with your brain pathways and your neural pathways, because we've repeatedly told ourselves those same things. Like I said, like I did, I repeatedly told myself that I'm a failure, that I'm a victim, that I have all these things, I have no time, like I'm a mum. Like I always found a reason to not show up for myself and do the things that I needed to do. Okay. And just before I get into this a little bit more, I just want to be honest with you too. Like, I'm not going to lie. It takes time and practice and a skill to create this new way of thinking. Like I've said, there's a reason why it's so hardwired in us and it's hard for us to change. But the more you do it, the easier you'll find that you can do it. Like I said, the first few times I tried to move from being a problem-focused person to a solutions-focused purpose, it was hard. But after the third, fourth, fifth time, you just start to create a solution for things instead of always finding that it's a problem. So in this episode, I'm going to teach you how to do it. I'm going to teach you and show you how you can change the way that you think so that you can see every problem, okay? And so when I'm talking about problems, I'm talking about when you've got a sick kid, when you can't get a workout in, when you've gone and bought a takeaway and you wanted to make a healthy dinner instead. I'm going to show you how you can use it as an opportunity to do something different and to create a solution instead of always seeing those things that come up in your day-to-day life every single day, all of those roadblocks and challenges and things that get in your way of doing the things that you want. So it's healthy eating, it's workouts, it's getting steps in, it's drinking your water. And I'm going to show you how you can approach it differently and actually do something differently. Okay. So we're really going to start focusing on, instead of everything about weight loss and healthy eating being a problem that you can't conquer, we're going to find a solution for it. Okay. So you're going to shift your mindset from it always being a problem to there's always a solution. And if you remember that, there is always a solution to every problem, you will start seeing progress. You'll start showing up better for yourself and you'll start seeing the changes that you want to see in your everyday life. Are you ready to step into a vibrant community of health-conscious women where your journey to helping feel easy begins? Welcome to the Healthy Eating Hype Gal community, your ultimate destination for mastering your relationship with food and embracing a healthy lifestyle. As a busy working mum who's lost 10 kilos, I've been through it all and I understand the struggle. That's why I'm here to teach you the exact steps and tools I use to lose weight, conquer my mindset and thrive, all while juggling the demands of everyday life. Say goodbye to no more confusing fad diets or overwhelming nutrition advice. In this community, I'll guide you through the maze of weight loss and healthy eating and explain it to you in a way that finally makes sense. From easy, family-friendly meal plans to my exclusive calorie deficit quick guide, monthly masterclasses, plus so much more, so you can finally make healthy eating an achievable lifestyle without restriction. It's time to ditch the confusion and overwhelm for good. Join today and kickstart your journey to a healthier, happier you. There's no perfect time to start. Let's make your wellness dreams a reality. I do want to start by saying that if you think that something is not going to work, it won't work. Okay? That's reality. So that's where we have to shift from that outcome to solutions focus. So if you are going up and you are signing up for a gym or a new program or a plan and you're signing up for this thing and you're going into it with the mindset of, well, this has never worked before. Why is it going to work now? This is not going to work. I'm a failure. I've got no time. How am I going to make this happen? It's not going to work. If your mindset is not open to learning, if it's not open to being a beginner, if it's not prepared to make some changes and to, really give it a good go, and you just have this mindset that it's not going to work, it's not. You're going to fail. It's just about guaranteed to fail. So it is really important that you believe that the things that you are doing are worth it and that they are going to work, because that matters. Okay, so I just want you to take a second and I just want you to ask yourself this, is this you? Are you always focusing on the problems and not taking responsibility for the choices that you're making every day? So are you always finding a problem when it comes to these things? A problem for getting your workout in, a problem with drinking your water, a problem for not going for your walk? Are you always just focusing on can't do that. There's always an issue. There's a problem. There's work stuff. There's sick kids. I have no time. It's your mindset. If you are always stuck in that problem-focused mindset, you are going to find change very, very difficult. It is hard to get out of that mindset, and it can often make you feel like you are completely stuck, like I said, and that you just cannot conquer any of this stuff when it comes to healthy eating and weight loss. So ask yourself, are you always focusing on the problems and not taking responsibility for your choices? Because that is the first step. We need to stop focusing on the problems, and you need to start taking responsibility for your choices. No one else has made those choices. You have. And you actually have more control over the choices that you make than you think. But it's all about shifting that mindset. You always have a choice. I cannot stress this enough. I know it's really easy with our busy lifestyle and as women juggling all of the things at work and kids and household, all those things that we feel like we just don't have a choice. You do always have a choice, okay? No, you don't feel like it, but I promise you, you always have a choice. Now, just want to add to that. The choices that you have may not be your number one pick, and I'm going to get into this, okay? But you always have a choice. It might be your plan B, your plan C, your plan D. You might even need to get down to plan E, but you always have a choice, and you can always take responsibility for your habits, your choices, and the things that you do every single day. So I want to give you some examples so that you can see how you can start to make these mindset shifts in your everyday life. Okay, so problem. This is my problem. Okay. So this used to be me. So I would be very problem focused instead of solution focused. So my problem focused mindset would be, oh, I can't get my workout in today. Oh, my husband's coming home late from work. The kids have soccer. I can't fit in a workout. Okay. So that would be my mindset, my problem focused mindset. Whereas when I started to change to a solutions focused mindset, I would say things to myself like, okay, today isn't perfect or what I planned, but I'm still going to do a YouTube workout instead. Can you see how literally in that moment, in those matter of seconds, I have switched from a problem-focused mindset to a solution-focused mindset, and I have taken responsibility of the circumstances that are around me, and I've taken responsibility for myself. Okay, so I could have just stuck with my problem-focused mindset and gone, you know what, can't get my workout in, it's too busy, hubby's coming home from work late, can't do it, can't make it happen. And I could have just stayed with that and gone, okay, well, I'm just not going to fit into a workout. But I switched my mindset. And this is the thing, we get so focused that real lasting change has to be these massive things. It's not. The lasting changes that are sustainable happen in the small moments. So that's a small moment where you can move from being problem focused to solution focused. Okay, can you see how staying in that problem focused mindset will always keep you stuck? You will never ever feel like you have a choice. You'll never ever feel like you can make progress. You'll never ever feel like you can make changes. And that's where I was. I was always stuck in focusing on the problems. Like my baby was sick, or I couldn't get my workout in, or I had no time to make a healthy lunch, or again, you always have a choice. It may not be your number one choice, but you always have a choice. And I just want to say, this literally applies to everything you do. Obviously, like healthy eating, exercise, there is always a choice that you can make. There is always something that you can do in order to get the thing that you want. Like I said, women always have really good intentions. We want to eat healthy. We want to look better. We want to feel better. We want to show up as the best versions of ourselves. So you have good intentions. The intention is there, but it's about shifting your mindset into a new way of thinking. And it pops up in other ways too. So it might be a way, like the way that you're thinking about things, or the way that you're viewing, say, someone else and how they're looking after themselves. So an example would be, like, you might be saying to yourself, like you're seeing someone on social media and you're like, oh, okay, well, she doesn't have kids, so she can go to the gym when she wants, and I can't do that. Problem focused. Switch your mindset. Here's my solution focused mindset. Okay. Looking at her on social media, she looks like she's in her 20s. She doesn't have kids. Okay, so she can go to the gym when she wants, but you know what? I can still get a really good workout in at home, and that's the season that I'm in for right now, and I'm okay with that. Can you see how literally in seconds you go from being totally uninspired, having no power, no control over yourself, to actually being in control, having a choice and owning your decisions and being responsible for the things that are happening to you and the way that you show up in your life? Like literally, I could just go into these examples for hours. There are so many that can be around exercise, workouts, drinking water, getting steps in, planning a healthy meal, making a healthy lunch, making a high protein breakfast. It literally applies to so many things. But I really, really want you to start making this really small mindset shift, because I promise you, you will start to feel amazing. And the reason that you will start to feel amazing when you make this mindset shift is because you will go from being a victim to feeling confident and empowered and in control of the choices that you make. And I know what it's like to feel stuck and to feel like you can't go anywhere and to feel like, you're just constantly stuck in this dieting loop that's never going to end. And, you've tried and you failed. So you're now just this person, and this is the person that you are with because everyone else has that magic that you don't have. It is not the case. It's just that these people have started to stop looking at problems as an opportunity to do something different. So got this problem. I can't do my workout today. Am I going to sit here and complain about it and go, oh, well, she doesn't have kids, so she can work out when she wants to? Or are you going to go, you know what? I get a choice. Okay. This isn't my first choice. I would have preferred to go and do a early morning workout at the gym, and I've got young kids at home. Okay. So I'm going to do a YouTube workout and I'm going to go and walk the dog after work today. Really start shifting your mindset from seeing it as a problem to, hang on a minute, there is an opportunity here, and how can I do something different? Remember, you get what you focus on. So if you are always focusing on all of the problems in your life and all of the things that you can't do, you can't work out, you can't eat healthy, you can't go to the gym, you can't do these things, you're going to get problems. You're always going to get problems in return. Whereas if you start to focus on being a solutions-focused mindset, you will find that slowly things start to shift. And like I said, you'll slowly start to feel really confident, and you feel that confidence in yourself growing. And it's the best feeling ever. I just want to say too that it takes courage to do these things because you're rewiring your brain, and like I said, it's a habit. So the first time you do it and you call yourself out on your own BS, you'll hear yourself after listening to this podcast, and you'll be hearing yourself in that problem-focused mindset, and you'll hear yourself saying it, and then you'll go, well, hang on a second. Jen saying on the podcast, problem-focused. Okay, so how can I rewire this? How can I relook at this? Okay, well, it's really not that bad. It's a problem I've got a few things to do with, but you know what? I'm going to take responsibility for this, and I'm going to do this instead. And what you will find is you do that the first time and the second time and the third time. And each time you do it, it will just become a new rewiring in your brain, and you'll find yourself that instead of having to really think about it, it'll just kind of happen automatically, and you'll just straight away switch from that focusing on the big problem all the time and being a victim in everything to taking responsibility and starting to see that you do actually have other opportunities to choose something different. Like I said, takes a bit of courage and a bit of practice to do these things, and it is so possible. I've done it. Healthy Eating Hype Gal members have done it in our membership, and they're getting lasting results. And the reason that is happening for them is because they finally don't feel powerless in this weight loss game. They feel confident, they feel empowered, they feel in control. And this is what this powerful mindset shift can do for you. Because I know as women, we just spend way too much time, years even, walking around just feeling like we can't conquer this weight loss thing, like we have no control over it. And you do. You just have to shift your mindset and start working on the things that matter. As women, when it comes to weight loss and healthy eating, we get so caught up in the quick fix and the next challenge and all those kind of things. You need to learn these skills. You need to learn these skills. You need to master these skills. And that's exactly what our Hype Gal members are doing in the membership. And that is why it's working, because they're feeling in control. They're not feeling powerless anymore, and it's the best feeling ever when you can go, wow, I get this. I get this weight loss thing. I know what I'm doing. I know how to deal with problems when they come up. And I finally feel in control instead of those things controlling you. And it all comes down to making that really small mindset shift, being problem focused to solutions focused. Hope that you loved today's podcast episode. Like I said, I wish someone had sat me down and said, do these things, make these little changes. Because like I said, we get so focused on that change, lasting change has to be these massive, complicated, fancy things. And it actually isn't in any of those things at all. It's in these small micro moments. It's in these small, mini little changes that you make along the way that can have the biggest impact on your results and also maintaining those results afterwards. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you all in our next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in to another empowering episode of the Healthy Her podcast. If you enjoyed today's chat and found it helpful, hitting that follow or subscribe button would be amazing because your support means the world to me. Come connect with me on Instagram @TheActiveBod for your daily dose of inspiration and for loads of new easy meal ideas. Take care and keep thriving. See you next week.